Hello friends, this video on application of derivatives part 1 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before we start application of derivative, let's discuss some prerequisites, what we already know. If you don't know all this before going to this chapter, it's good that you should go to this chapter. What we already know is, we know how to find derivative of composite functions, inverse functions, trigonometric functions, implicit functions, exponential functions, logarithm. So if you know how to find derivative of all these kind of functions, we can start with this chapter, that is application of derivatives, because in these chapters we'll pretty much use all of these derivative. So if you don't know any of these, please watch the previous lesson where we have discussed how to find derivative of these kind of functions. So let's start with the chapter, what we'll study. We will first do the introduction. We will study the use of derivative to find rate of change of quantities. We'll study how we can use derivative to find increasing and decreasing functions. We'll study again derivative to find tangents and normals, to find approximate values, and to find maxima and minima. So application of derivative, as we all know in real life, you have this car and you want to find if you have this distance time graph, from this distance time graph you want to find the speed in a particular point in time, you can find the derivative at that point. That will give you the speed at that time. If you have velocity time graph or speed time graph, you want to find the acceleration, you can just find derivative at a particular point, you'll get the acceleration at that point. So same thing in the field of space, we use this. In field of chemistry, the rate of change of things, as I discussed, right? You use derivative. You have this graph, you want to find the maxima value, the minima value, those kind of stuff we do using derivative. For weather forecasting also we use. Also, as I discussed, if you have this function and you want to find whether it is increasing or decreasing function, we use derivative. Or let's suppose you have very complex number, no, root of, let's suppose 99999.8, such kind of functions you have, and you want to find the approximate values of these, we can use derivative to find approximate values of these functions also. So maxima, minima use, rate of change we use, and to find the slope we use, to find approximate value we use. Also, if you have this let's suppose curve, this is the curve, you want to find tangent, equation of normal, all these things we can use derivative. So we'll explain all these things one by one. So to start with, application of derivative is used to determine rate of change of quantities. It is also used to find, as I told, equation of tangent and normal to a curve at a particular point. Please note tangent or normal to a curve at a point, because when I'm talking about tangent or normal, I'm talking about at a point, because at this point this is my tangent. For the same curve at this point, this is my tangent. So the tangent and normal varies from point to point. So this is a must. Also, it is used to find approximate values. We'll discuss more about all these things. It is also used to find the turning point in the graph, and that is used to find local maximum and minimum. For example, you have this kind of functions and you want to find what is the maximum value, what is the minimum value. We can use derivative to find such kind of values. We'll also use derivative to find whether the function is increasing or decreasing function. For example, this is my graph and this is my function, right? So if you see this kind of function, this guy is increasing from this interval to this interval, correct? And it is decreasing from here to here. So if I want to find which interval it is increasing, which interval it is decreasing, those kind of things also we can find using derivatives. So these are some of the practical application of derivatives in a real life: the rate of change of quantity, equation of tangent and normal, approximate values, maxima and minima, smallest or largest value, or increasing or decreasing function, correct? So let's start. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.